parliamentarians have a duty to implement and help the governments to implement the commitments that have been made in this particular talk. And key of this is that they have the power to ratify the protocols that have been agreed between President Samia Suluhu and President Uhuru Kenyatta.
There was talk about renewed relationship between the two countries. What should each country expect from the other moving forward?
The two presidents insisted on having a joint commission, a commission that is going to look at the restrictions that have been there, the challenges that have been there. And the essence of doing this is to ensure that there is unhindered access of goods from Tanzania to Kenya and vice versa.
And Ken, I had a little excerpt of her speech, and she spoke entirely in Kiswahili language, but with deeper meaning for Kenya's lawmakers and Kenyans. How do you sum it up, Ken?
Yeah, this is just a continuation of the efforts that Tanzania has been implementing in Kenya. For instance, Tanzanian Speaker Job Ndugai was in Nairobi and launched the standing orders for the parliament, meaning that they can now debate their motions and other issues in Swahili. And therefore, her speaking in Swahili today has huge significance in telling the members of parliament that Kiswahili is a language that helps us to share our values, and therefore there is greater need for the two countries to continue ensuring that they use Kiswahili in their debates in parliament for the benefit of the two people who use Kiswahili as a core language of communication.
And what did you take from her remarks about Kenya's constitution being written in Kiswahili, and how did Kenyan lawmakers react to that?
The lawmakers were so happy to hear this because it is very critical, because there have been challenges of government implementing its policies, and sometimes the government may communicate a certain policy, but the people on the ground will not be able to understand what the government is trying to inform the public, and therefore it's very important that Swahili is used to connect the people in the villages and connect the people at the top government levels.
You've spoken to several women there in Nairobi, including young women. What did her presence in Kenya bring to the women of that country?
Women are so much upbeat about Samia Suluhu coming to Nairobi, and they say that this is a testament that a woman can. A woman in the name of Samia Suluhu came to Nairobi and told people that she can lead a government and her delegation to Kenya. And therefore, they say that coming to Kenya is a testament that women can, and she insisted on developing affirmative action policies that are going to help Kenyan women to come out and get their space on the table, get their space on the political front. And there has been a case here that up to now, as we're speaking, Kenya has not passed a two-third gender rule. And therefore, women have been singing even in parliament as President Samia Suluhu addresses, saying, yes, women can, and yes, we can deliver.
What was her pledge to Kenya in how Tanzania is going to tackle the COVID-19 pandemic moving forward?
She has said that Tanzania cannot live in isolation. Tanzania must be ready to work with its neighbors, and one of its neighbors is Kenya. And therefore, there is a greater need to develop protocols about COVID-19 and fight this particular pandemic. And the two governments must work hand in hand to ensure that safety and precautionary hygiene measures are followed.
How did the two presidents address security issues?
On the Kenyan side, Kenya has been battling Al-Shabaab. And on the Tanzanian side, they've been battling insurgents from Mozambique. And therefore, President Kenyatta and President Samia Suluhu say there is greater need to collaborate on this particular front to combat terrorism, because they can agree on any other collaborative efforts, but without combating terrorism and other security challenges between the two countries, it completely can degrade what they have agreed on.
What is President Samia taking back home from Kenya?
President Samia Suluhu says Nairobi has really elevated her stature, and she says that she's very proud of Kenya, And just addressing the Kenyan parliament is a huge honor because this is the second president from the United Republic of Tanzania who has addressed Kenyan parliament. And for this case, she has addressed a joint session of Kenya parliament, that is the Senate and the National Assembly, and therefore she's getting back home and saying that yes, her successful trip to Nairobi has happened, and therefore it's time now to get back to work.